back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go be. Better run up the.
Hey everybody, it's the Coach. This is a special edition of Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the Memphis Egyptians and the Mexico City Diablos. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Memphis Egyptians and the Mexico City Diablos. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Now Bennett to throw. Looking to throw on second down. A dump off to Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And they're going to face a third down. Looking to throw. Bennett drops it underneath to Elliott. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Elliott. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White. Bennett now to throw on second down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Now Bennett from the gun on third down. He may try and run for this. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And when I think of Russell Wilson, I think not just of the big plays that he's made, and those are considerable, but when they were made. 4th and 26 in a Big Ten championship game against Michigan State when he was with Wisconsin. A big completion helped lead his team to a victory.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Offensive starters, here they are. David DeCastro, what do you think about him, Charles?
Brandon could not have been better trained at Stanford. So well schooled in the run game and the pass game, and especially in pro principles. David DeCastro could be an all-pro in the years to come.
Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Second and 3. The 31-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. A look there at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
I was so proud of you in our meeting with the defensive coordinator because you asked the question that set him off. And all you said was, so what improvement do you need to see this week, Coach? And boy, he got fired up, didn't he? Takeaways. We need turnovers. We got to create them. Got so animated, jumped up in our meeting. It was fun to watch.
Somehow I always upset a coordinator in that meeting. Yeah. But they like you. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Oh, the spin. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On the counter, Elliott. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. From the gun on 3rd down, Bennett. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. On 1st down, Wilson. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big game there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. On second down now, it's Jones. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Wilson now to throw on third down. And that is incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Solid footwork, but not able to get a whole lot. Brought down shy of the 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Elliott. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Bennett. Then he got off the end. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Well, so far, just the single catch. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Here's Wilson. Gets this one to Hill. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 10 more there and another 1st down. Now it's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes. and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Jones has it. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. From 4 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Let's go,
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one good for 26 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This one from 48 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
That's it, baby.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's the first of 2 games here on this Wild Card Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's AFC wildcard game. And it's the Tennessee Titans who are moving on to the next round as they defeat...
No, I'm not mad at you for skipping halftime, but can I just have a sip of water real quick? Please, thank you. All right, let's go. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So let's glance at a player spotlight now with Russell Wilson. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Jumper.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Check not.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Wilson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Taken in at the 11. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now Elliott, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll get him down here at the 23. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here we go.
So a change of possession here on the punt. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, open man is Hill. He's got it. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Back now in Mexico City, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards the pickup there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll go again to Jones. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bennett. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Bennett going to throw again. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Here's Bennett operating from the gun. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He may try and run for this. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Again, it's Jones. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. On 1st down, Jones. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down, it's Jones. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there, coming out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective third down play to move the chains.
Second and 11 at the 20-yard line.
Their season ends here, a tough way to go out.
Yeah, and the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams, they have to lose games like this before they learn how to win them in later seasons.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say adios from Mexico City.